Over the past 2 years, I've helped my clients generate hundreds of thousands of dollars with cold emails and booked over 1,000 meetings using open-ended and engaging call to actions. You see, when you're sending out cold emails, most people immediately pitch a call thinking that the prospect will just hop on a call with them just like that. Instead, you should use these 3 different types of call to actions that I'll go over in this video so that you can book yourself some more meetings. Let's get right into it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, these are the best call to actions for cold emails in 2025. I see a lot of people getting this wrong. A lot of people asking me questions on, how should I structure my call to actions? Which one should I use? Here are the best that we've used at our agency to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars for our clients and also book thousands and thousands of meetings, right? So first, I'm gonna show you what not to do, right? So that you can avoid this and instead do the correct thing. So the thing that you don't want to do is obviously pitch a phone call in the first initial email. You have to realize this, right? When you're sending out cold emails and you're doing cold outbound, you are a complete stranger. They don't know you, they don't trust you. So why would they hop on a call with a random stranger? Every single time you write a cold email, you have to think about it from your prospect's perspective and put yourself in your prospect's shoes. If you personally got an email that where somebody pitched a call in the first email, like let's say you got a cold email and somebody pitched a call in the first email, right? Would you hop on a call? Probably not, right? Because unless it's like Alex Hermosi, Iman Gadzhi, Russell Brunson, or whoever, you're not hopping on a call with a random stranger that just cold emailed you, right? And 99.99% of the time, unless you have extreme status like Hermosi, Iman, or whoever it may be, you're not hopping on a call with people. So please do not pitch a phone call because you are a stranger. They don't trust you, they don't like you, and they don't want to do anything with you, right? And again, here are the reasons, right? It's too much friction because you're a complete stranger. And also, when you cold email people who are, high level decision makers, think of like a CMO of a 100 employee company for all your marketing agencies going after e-commerce brands, let's say. That CMO of an e-commerce brand, of like a CMO of an e-commerce brand, he has too much stuff on his plate, too much things going on in his mind to just give up his valuable time to just a random stranger who emailed him, right? So you have to think like if you're cold emailing people, their time is going to be very valuable, especially if they're like a high level decision maker. If they're have many employees under them or multiple departments under them, they're not going to just hop on a call with you just because you cold emailed them, right? This is not 2018, people. That stuff doesn't work anymore. Instead, you have to provide value first before they give you their time, right? So now you might be asking Aryan, how do I provide value? Like I always hear provide value. Like how exactly do I provide value, Aryan? Like teach me how. Well, relax, I got you. I'll show you how you can provide value, right? Because these are the 3 types of call to actions that print money. You will book meetings using these call to actions, and stick with me till the end because I have some extremely valuable information, especially the last type of call to action, because if you use it, you will book tons and tons of meetings, right? So the first type of call to action is one that you're probably all familiar with, is a soft call to action, right? And it's something like, hey, can I send more information? Or hey, would this be something you're even interested in? Or hey, would you be open to learning more? And this is a lot better than pitching a phone call because you're asking them like, hey, can I send you more information on how we work? Or hey, would you be interested in something like this? Basically, that's all you're doing, right? And the reason why this works is because it's low commitment from the prospect side. All they have to do is just say yes. If they're at least somewhat interested, and they're like, yeah, send me more information, then all you have to do is just give them information and then pitch a call then. But before then, don't pitch a call. But it's extremely low commitment. All they have to do is just say yes. And that's the thing with call to actions that I want you to really realize here. With call to actions, you have to make it extremely easy for the prospect to say yes to. The easier it is that the prospect can say yes to, the easier ask, I guess you could say, the easier ask that you give to the prospect, the more likely it is that they'll respond, right? So for example, here's an example, right? So this is a follow-up email that we sent, and we basically just said, hey, saying something about doing blah 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 blah, and then I just said, would you like to hear how we can achieve similar results for your clinic? And he just said, yes, send me more information. And what do? We sent him more information about how we work and how our services are, and then we pitch the call. That's basically what you want to do, right? With all these call to actions, with this call to action and even the next one, all you have to do is just be like, hey, here's this or here's this information. Let's hop on a call. I can explain more over a call. Here's how it works, right? And again, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. I'm sure you've seen this before, but you can just use something like this. Like there's so many different ways to spin this, right? Can I have some more information? Interested in hearing more? Open to learning more? Would you be open to learning more? Like there's so many different ways and variations that you can spin this soft call to action. But again, this is our bread and butter. This we use all across the board for all of our clients, and this works because we're not pitching a call. We're just saying, hey, are you interested in hearing more, right? So it's super easy because it's low commitment, and once they say yes, then you can send them information and then pitch a call. But that's the first type of call to action, extremely soft call to action. The next type is the resource type call to action, right? So basically, here's what this sounds like. Hey, name, or like you have the whole copy and you just say, hey, we help this client achieve Y result. Can I send a breakdown of the strategy we used? Or I made like a 3-minute video breaking down some things that you could tweak on your copy to increase the conversions. Can I share it with you here? And the reason why this works is you can showcase yourself and your expertise on this free resource. So whether it's like a lead magnet, whether it's a case study doc, whether it's a Loom video, whatever it may be, this works really well because you are just showing the person competence, right? And again, this goes back to what I said about cold outbound and how you're cold emailing them as a stranger. Would you, if you got an email from somebody claiming that they can help you make more money, save money or save time, you'd be kind of skeptical, right? Because it's a stranger. You don't know who they are, what they do, and whatnot. But the easiest way to build trust is if you can show competency. And the way you can show competency in this case is by having a case study, or is by having a Loom video where they can see face to face. Oh, the person that emailed me is a real person. It's not some bot. He's actually taking the time out of his day to record a video, and he's hopping on the call, and he's like, he has my website pulled up, or he has my copy pulled up, and he's breaking it down brick by brick on things I can improve on, right? So that's why this type of stuff works, because all you're doing is showing competency. You're just building trust, and that is one of the biggest things with sales, and especially with outbound, because you are a stranger, they don't trust you. So if you can at least build a little bit of trust, it might push them over the edge for them to book a call with you, right? So that's the reason why this works. And again, it's super easy for the prospect to say yes to. Again, this is a common theme all across the board, across all the best performing call to actions. It's super easy. Oh, you made let's say like somebody in my industry achieved a really good result by working with you. Yeah, send me that document. Like I'm interested, right? And the last thing I will kind of leave you with here, or excuse me, going back to that last point, if you're sending like a document like this, like a PDF breakdown, it would behoove you, or it would be really good if you shared it with somebody that's similar to the person that you are talking about in that document. So let's say you got a really good result for a law firm. You helped them get like 10 injury cases in a matter of 5 months, let's say, or 4 months, whatever. You can go after other personal injury lawyers and say, hey, we helped this personal injury lawyer in Tampa achieve this result. Mind if I share it with you here, the breakdown of the strategy, right? And that, if the document is really similar to them, they're going to be interested. Why? Because you're just matching the case study to their industry or whatever they are, right? So the point here is just, if you can make this document about or someone in their industry or adjacent or close to their industry, it'll perform a lot better. And the last thing is, whatever resource you're sending, whether it's a lead magnet, a case study breakdown, a Loom video, you have to make the resource easily consumable and valuable. So what I mean is, if your case study is like a 50-page document, they're not going to read that. Why? Because again, if you put yourself in their shoes, if you got an email from a stranger and it's a 50-page document case study breakdown, yeah, you might be interested because the guy's in your industry, but you're just going to be like, what is all this? Like, I'm not reading this. This is, you as a stranger are texting me this. Why would I read all of this, right? Because It's just too much stuff, right? So you have to make the resource easily consumable, but at the same time, extremely, extremely valuable. Valuable enough to where they're interested and they want to hop on a call with you. And I know this is kind of counterintuitive because you might be like, oh, Aryan, but like, how can I provide as much value as possible while also keeping it as short as possible? That is the that is a question and a struggle that a lot of content creators, face, where they're whatever that they're putting out, they want to make their content or their LinkedIn post or whatever it may be extremely consumable, easily consumable and short, but while also giving it the most amount of value as possible. That's something for you where you'll have to work on that, but just keep that in mind, right? Don't share a 50-page document. Instead, share like a 2-pager or a 1-pager or whatever it may be, right? And also make it easily consumable. Again, don't go into like a full high-level MLA format essay of the case study breakdown. No, just make it really consumable. And if you're going to send something like a video, again, don't send them a 15-20 minute video. No, just make it 3 to 5 minutes, because again, these high level decision makers, they're busy, they have things going on, and then you are a stranger reaching out to them, taking away from their time, right? So they're not going to give you that time if it's 10 to 20 minutes, but if it's like a short 2 to 3 minute video, 4-minute video, they'll be willing to accommodate for that, right? And then finally, I'll tell you a story I had with the client, right? So they were a growth marketing client, and they were working with SaaS companies to help them with their email flows and to make sure that they're sending out the right stuff, right? What my client suggested is we send them like a lead magnet that tells SaaS companies the best days to send out emails, right? And this was back then where I thought, okay, well, I mean, this is a lead magnet, it's a valuable resource, let's send it over. And we tested it out in the copy, and what ended up happening was barely anybody even said yes, because that resource wasn't valuable to them. They didn't really care about the best days to send out emails to their email list, right? So you have to really, I mean, you will know by testing when you send out cold emails like that, but you have to make sure that the resource is valuable, and you can do that by testing, like I said, but some things that you might perceive as valuable, the market might not. And again, this goes back to the offer conundrum, right? You are not selling what you want, more than likely. You are just selling what the market wants. So again, the same thing here. You are not, the resource that you think might be valuable to them might not be valuable to them because they don't perceive it as valuable. So you never know until you test. But the last thing I'm going to leave you here with is, again, make it easily consumable, make it valuable, right? And here's an example of what we did. Hey, Name, I have a PDF that breaks down how we helped this company get 81 new leads over the course of 90 days. Can I share it with you here so you can just copy our strategy? And that PDF was like 2 to 3 pages. And this guy just said, hey, send me the PDF, right? And then once we send that PDF over, we're like, hey, it's attached to this email. With that said, we can show you how this all works over a call. Would you be open on this date or this? Or with that said, we can show you how we'd help you do something similar over a call. Would you be open on this date or this date to learn more? That's it, right? So that's the second type of the resource call to action. Now, finally, the last one, and this is the best one. This might not be the most applicable for all of you, but if you use this, I guarantee you will book more meetings than you know even what to do with, right? And that is the free work call to action, right? And this is, I'm telling you, if you use this in the correct way, you will book a lot of meetings, right? So some examples of this are like, hey, I made you 3 free thumbnails for your YouTube. Can I share it with you here? Or I wrote you a free email that you can send to your email list. Can I send it here? Or I made you 3 ad creatives for your company. Mind if I share it with you here, right? So obviously, the reason why this works is because it's free, right? And you'll stand out from everybody else since no one else wants to do this. Everybody else is sending either this, like we helped this, or they're sending this, right? Which is good. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot better than a phone call. But if you can send this, you will book more meetings than you know what to even do with. So, So if you can, I know this might not be applicable for you, but if you can, send this, right? And some of you might be like, well, Arian, like, what if they just take my free thumbnail or my free email or my free ad creative and they just go with it, right? More than likely, they will not. More than likely, they will not. Why? Because the law of reciprocation. For those of you that have read Robert Cialdini's Influence, you know he talks about this. The law of reciprocation basically states, and you can observe this in your own life, when somebody does something good for you, you basically feel obliged or obligated, not obliged, obligated to give something back. For example, if somebody gives you a birthday gift for your birthday, you feel obligated to give them something back for their birthday, right? Because they give you something for free, so you feel like, damn, like this guy gave me this gift for my birthday. I have to give him something for his birthday because he gave me a gift, right? That is the law of reciprocation, and the same process applies here. If you give a free email or a free ad creative and a free thumbnail, they will feel obligated to be like, okay, well, this guy just, nobody else is doing this. Like, they're probably be like, everybody else sends something like this or something like this, but nobody else is sending something like this. Like, at least I should hop on a call because he took the time out of his day to make the email or make the thumbnail or make the ad creative. At least he did that. Like, you know what? I'll take a call with them, right? And that is a lot of reciprocation. It will help you a ton, right? And bonus points if this resource or this thumbnail or this email, whatever you're sending, whatever free work you're sending is good. If it's good, you've practically almost closed that prospect. Like, your close rate will go up by a lot if they hop on a call with you, if the resource is really good, right? So this is the best type of call to action to have. Again, I know this is not the most applicable for everybody, but if you can do this, this will print you so many sales calls you don't even know what to do with, right? And here's an example, right? This is the offer that we were running for our agency. We just said, hey Dylan, curious if you'd be interested in 3 free calls with marketing directors and brand managers we'd book for you. Asking, since we'll book these 3 calls in your calendar, then you can decide if we should work together. Using our outbound system, we help this company do that. Does it sound like something you'd be open to, right? And I know this is not technically, this has 2 call to actions, but I just want you to focus on this first sentence here, right? If you'd be interested in 3 free calls, right? It's just the free work, right? Everybody loves free work. And if you, like I said, if you can do this, you will book more calls than you know what to even do with, right? The only downside that I will give you with this call to action is you have to qualify the lead more, because people will hear the word free and you will automatically attract broke prospects, right? So not everybody that hops on a call with you might be qualified for your services. But if you qualify them, or if you vet them out on the sales call, then you'll be fine. Just be careful. Just giving you a warning, though, you will attract unqualified prospects. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is basically the video here. To kind of summarize here, provide some type of value first before pitching a call, and you will succeed with call to actions. Do not pitch a call immediately. Give some type of value, whether it's more information about your company, a resource, a Loom video, free work, whatever it may be, and then pitch a call, and you will succeed with call to actions. And if you like this type of content, please press like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And if you want me to create call to actions like this in your cold emails and book meetings for you, click the link in the description, and we can see if we are a good fit to work together. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you.